Today we're making stuffed squash blossoms, one of my favorite summertime dishes to eat and prepare. All right, so we'll start with the stuffing. Because squash blossoms are seasoned in the summertime, we'll put onions and corn. I'll put some anchovies. Next we'll put some shaved corn. Here. You just want to cook these till they soften, and then we'll cool them and make the filling. We'll mix it with the ricotta and parmigiano reggiano and an egg yolk just to bind it. So you want to caramelize the onions a little bit and the corn for the flavor. A little salt, a little freshly ground black pepper, and that's it, that fast. Now we'll cool these. And then I just pop them in the freezer for a few minutes. All right, so our next step is to clean these babies. And what you want to do is take these little prickly ends off here, if you could see that. I typically like to, it's a little neater. You could tear these open, but I like to use scissors if you have them handy, and just cut to the center. And then we open this, and then you'll see inside, there's the stamen there. This is what we want to remove because that's not edible. And then what you want to do is, I'll show you, we'll wash these because if you could see, so the stamen, I just pull out with my finger, you just pinch it and take it out. And inside though, you can see this yellow residue, which is the pollen. And that's what you want to wash off. We want to wash this off to clean it because it has a slightly bitter taste that's not pleasant. All right, now to wash these, I open it up, I put my thumb in the crease, so I keep the center of the flower open, and I just give this a dip, like this. And while I'm in there, I'm just moving my thumb inside to wash out any residue. And then I lay them on paper towels, like standing up so that they drain naturally. The gravity will pull the water out of the flower. All right, so there's our blossoms. That's the process. Let these drain here. If you're not going to use them right away, put them in the refrigerator, but again, don't do this the day before because then they'll be saturated and soggy. Now, our next step is to make the pastella, the batter, the frying batter for these beautiful blossoms. So I have a cup of all-purpose flour, half cup of cornstarch, half cup of potato starch, put a couple tablespoons of chopped parsley, half a teaspoon of baking powder. This makes it light, it leavens it a little bit. I love lemon zest in it. Like that. I'm going to put a little parmigiano reggiano. A little more parmigiano reggiano. Parmesan makes everything taste good. And it also caramelizes the batter, helps it brown up for you. I love it. I put a pinch of salt, freshly ground pepper. Now, I'll mix this up, mix it all together a little bit. Half a cup of vegetable oil. I don't want to forget that. I use club soda or seltzer water, and this happens to be lime flavored, so to go with our lemon zest, we'll put a little lime. And it's what I have in my house in the fridge, so it works beautifully for me. There is no exact measurement for the batter. It's just the consistency. You want it the consistency, the best thing I can say is to compare it to a pancake batter. And now for the filling. So it's ricotta, parmigiano reggiano, I put some chives and egg yolk to hold it and bind it, and our sauteed onions, garlic, anchovies, and corn mixture. So the ricotta. So in your local grocery store, there's many different types of ricotta I find, and most of them are very inconsistent. They're either really watery or some are more dry. They're never really dry enough, so what I did is the day before, I put the ricotta into the strainer, and you can see that's how much liquid. So it throws quite a lot of liquid off. You don't want that in the batter because water, when you fry things, doesn't mix, right? You want it as dry as possible so that they won't burst open or be too soggy, right? So I've drained it really well. You can see how tight it is now. And I'll just pop that in the bowl. See that? See how beautiful that is? That's really a nice tight mix. Now I'll put in the egg yolk, some chives, a pinch of parmigiano reggiano, fresh cracked pepper, salt, and now our corn. This has been cooked and cooled as in our last step, and here we are. Just mix this till it's combined. Again, this is something you could do. You could do this a day ahead if you want. Okay, so now we're going to stuff these. You can buy these online anywhere now these days, or you can use a Ziploc bag and cut a hole in the corner, right? And now we'll just put the filling in, and then just shake it until it comes to the bottom. That's it. You can hold it in the refrigerator. Don't cut the end off, of course, and leave it as it is. You could feel how it loosens up after a few minutes. You mix it and let it rest here. That the glutens relax, right? And that's what you want in the batter. See that? Just like pancake batter. Next step. So we've adjusted that. We're going to fill the blossom. Let's check our oil. So you want your oil on, and you want it between 350 and 375 is the ideal temperature. Any lower than that, what will happen is it won't crisp up the batter and the blossoms. They'll sit there and they'll soak in oil. They won't be crispy enough. They'll be saturated in oil, and you don't want that. So we're at 352. That's perfect. Again, you can go up to about 375. This is vegetable oil, and I put a little extra virgin olive oil in there for flavor, but not pure virgin oil because of the chlorophyll. It will burn. It will burn. It doesn't have a high smoking point, but I like the flavor in there, so I put just a little bit in there. So now, filling the blossoms, we're going to cut your tip off. The same cut I made goes at the top, and you're going to take the tip here and you're going to insert it into the bottom, and just see how I'm filling this up. And you just do these, even so that broke open a little bit, don't worry, it's fine. I'll show you what to do. So when you take these, here's what you do. You want to fold these over in your hand. It's very easy. Fold it gently. You're going to give it a twist and a slight pinch at the end, okay? And there's your blossom stuffed. All right, now, so again, we have our batter. It's like the pancake batter. Now you'll take these and you're going to just dip them in. Dip them in. You can fold a little bit more batter on them. Hold them by the stem here, right? Let it drain a little bit, and then hold it for a second, and then drop it in. Now the frying, this is beautiful. You see them puffing up here. Fold them over. That's really gorgeous. So they're nice and golden brown. And then put them on paper towels here to drain. That's it. So you could start this process. You could fry 20, 30, 40, whatever your party size is, and just keep going with this. Make sure you have plenty of oil so the heat recovers, or if you have some frying apparatus, right? But I just wanted to show you in a pot that's how we do it in restaurants. We just, you can use a pot as opposed to a big fryer. Beautiful, look at that. You can see the crunch on these, look at that. Look at that, music. All right, so now these beauties are fried and drained and super crispy. I put just a little bit of salt. I don't put pepper on anything fried, it's just not my thing. I just put a little extra salt because it enhances. And then you just put them on a platter. These are gorgeous. And then stack them. I put some extra parmigiano reggiano. And because it's hot and these are fried, the parm will start to melt and stick to each bite, which is really a great experience. And a little bit of parsley. And there's our dish. Our stuffed squash blossoms with ricotta, corn, parmigiano reggiano, and anchovies. If you like this, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for joining us today.